Howdy everybody in YouTube land. This board was sent to me for repair. Just a quick overlook. It looks like it's going to need a cap job at the very minimum. So this might not be a very interesting video, and if it's not, I probably won't upload it. But then again, I might just upload it anyway, so you know what's involved into repairing one of these from the ground up. This was sent to me about a year ago, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have a whole lot of time to repair other people's stuff because mainly, for one, I've got a full-time job, and by the time the weekend rolls around, I'm so burned out, I don't do anyway. The only time I ever get around to stuff is if I'm feeling not so burned out or I force myself to work on it. So I get emails, I get comments all the time from YouTube and various other places. Hey, can you look at this for me? Or hey, can you service this for me? If I had a lot of free time on my hands, I wouldn't hesitate, but unfortunately I don't. So, and here's the problem. So when people send me stuff, it could be a year or longer before I get to it. And I don't feel good about that, of course. And I'm sure the original owners don't feel good about that, but that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to me and my life. So, and it's for that reason I don't accept repairs from other people anymore unless it's on a very urgent, I can't fix it, nobody else can fix it basis. But even then, you're going to be in a queue. And it, like I said, it could be a year or longer. So, in general, I don't accept stuff to repair. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing repair videos because I'm going to repair my own stuff, or I might buy stuff, repair it, resell it, whatever, and I'll do videos on that because at least if I know that it's my stuff, I'm not hurting anybody by it just sitting around but myself. And I don't have anybody else breathing down my back that, hey, I need to get to this. You need to service this. Where's my stuff? And it's all my fault when it comes to that because it's me that has the possession of it and I just haven't gotten to it. So that's why I'm not going to be doing any more of other people's stuff until I can come up with more free time or figure out how to fix burnout syndrome, because that's the other problem. I'm so burned out because my day job is this. It's not repair. It's electronics engineering and programming. And I come home and the hobby is electronics. So when your hobby and your main job basically are the same thing, that's a huge problem. So I just suffer from burnout, and I'm not sure how to cure that, but other than just suck it in and do it anyways. But to me, it's starting to feel like, those dog days in school where you had homework and you didn't feel like doing your homework is what it's starting to feel like, and for me that's bad because this is the stuff that I'm interested in. So I'm not sure what to do, honestly. See a shrink, but I don't like shrinks. Anyways, I digress. This looks like it's going to need a cap job at the very minimum. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this board. And once I get it all cleaned up and dried up, then I'm going to start pulling caps and replacing them. I'm not going to video the process of pulling caps and replacing them and stuff like that because there's no point. There are some techniques to pulling them, but you've got, I use a multitude of them, because you have to be very careful so you don't pull the pads up. And then there could be some trace damage from the leaking capacitor fluid and all that fun stuff. So he also sent the LCD panel for me to check, which is this guy here. It looks like the handle's gone. I'm not sure what that's about. I might have to contact him to see if he needs a handle, because I do have a spare handle for this thing. But he sent that to me to check it and make sure it's not bad, which these screens could be a toss-up. You could have lines in it, and they could be bad, or they may not be bad. But judging from what I see down there, it ain't looking good. So, anyways, we'll see. We'll give it a shot and find out. I'll be back after I get this thing cleaned and recapped, and then we'll fire it up and see if we have to do any additional troubleshooting. Alright, now that we have the circuit board cleaned, which actually it came out fairly well. It's not too bad. Looking for possible trace damage. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary. I still have to pull the old capacitors out and replace them. So I still have to do that. Now I got the board cleaned, I've got the capacitors out and ready to go. So I'll go ahead and get all these pulled first, and we'll need that to do it. Get all those pulled out first and go ahead and change them out. Now that all the through-hole parts are out and all the surface mount capacitors are out, I've got some cleaning up I have to do. The pins are cut off. I got some cleaning up that I have to do. The other problem I ran into was over here. There is a capacitor that's set right here. Well, if you look, there's a trace that runs right alongside C14. It looks real dark and corroded. I cleaned it off and I buzzed it, and there's no connection there. So that's one I have to fix, because I buzzed it out. It goes to this pin here, and that pin is the ADB signal. So without that, you'd have no mouse or keyboard or anything. So I have to fix that trace. But luckily, that's the only one I've found so far. I'm not going to know anymore until after I get the caps in, and then we're going to fire it up and see what the hell happens. But that's what I found so far. I went ahead and got all the new capacitors installed and put into place. The patch wire that goes from here to here, I didn't need it. Turns out I had the wrong pin number. This pin is the SCC control pin, which is this guy here, but it connects from here to here as well as from here to here. That's it. So I buzzed it from here to here and it's good. It's broken from here to here, but this is not used. This is a test header, so I don't even need that patch wire. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fire this guy up for the first time right here on camera, because I have not tested it yet. So, matter of fact, the soldering iron's still on. So we're gonna go ahead and hook up the wires for the power supply. Oh, this is painful. Okay, let's try the next one. That's better. I need the right Molex connector for that, and then that won't happen anymore. So anyways, there we go. Power. Jumper. Hey! I didn't have to do anything else to it. So that worked out exactly the way I wanted. Now, the next thing, move these out of the way. Let's cut the power off. And then we're going to go ahead and hook up the display he sent me along with it. So I'll know if his display works. If there's any problems with the display. Wow, this wire's chewed up. Yikes. I almost don't want to plug that in. Holy crap. Wow. I'll go ahead and do it anyway. I don't like that. I might have to make a new wire. Luckily, it's easy to do. Oh, let's see. Do we have any lines? Do we have any failures? Nope, I see a mouse cursor. Everything looks good. Well, there you have it. See, will my disk icon show up? Yeah, the display, I don't see any abnormalities. I don't see any dead pixels or lines or anything. There's a mouse and there's the flashing floppy icon, so I think we're good. Yeah, so that's it. That's a complete restoration of a Macintosh Portable. Let's see if I have a sad Mac. Yep. Reboot. Power off. Alright. That's it. Thank you for watching, and if you have a comment, please feel free to leave one.